Okay, bitch. So there's this thing where we're supposed to say our theories and shit. And here's my theory on why I don't think that Doomsday is gonna do so well. So I actually wasn't a fan, and that's what I want to preface this with. That I was not a fan of the MCU when it first started. I did not start watching movies until Avengers, right? What's on my hand? So I did see the Hulk because I always thought that was an interesting one. I had never seen Iron Man. I never saw Iron Man 2. I never saw Thor. And I was never interested in Captain America because I hate the little boy kind of thing. And I like my anti heroes. And I still, even after seeing Avengers, I did not start watching until Secret Soldier or whatever, Winter Soldier. Yes. So I skipped out on those other ones. But the reason why I say it's not going to do so well is because what made me then start going to watch all the other ones is then I started realizing how tied in each of them were and how again their post credit scenes would tie into another, or how like when a character was in one, how like they developed in another one, like when they started going into each other's movies. Excuse me, bitch. But that hasn't really happened with the latest movies. All of their what is it all of their post credit scenes kind of just like fall flat. They have no purpose. And yeah, it's cute once in a while, but again, like we would go to see the post credit scene to see what's going to happen, and then we would see it relate to each other. So again, like I said, I didn't start till Avengers. I really started then with Winter Soldier, then Guardians, and then Avengers, the second one. And then I'm like, oh fuck, I have to watch everything now. And after that, because then you start caring about the characters. And again, I think that's why Endgame was so good. Not because it's like, um, not because of what the premise was or anything, but because at this point you had cared about these people, you got to know them, you got to like basically feel like they're a part of you. And it took all these movies to do that. And at the end of the day, it's like, oh shit, I don't want to see them die. And that's why it mattered. Even when Coulson died in Avengers, if you were watching what is it Agents of Shield, if you and I actually did watch Agents of Shield, if you were watching that, then that's why that hit you hard. And that's all my point is that right now a lot of these things you don't feel anything for them because one, they are only showing up in one movie, and then two, the big ones that they do have are kind of like just falling flat, and it's like, but it's not following what the character had done. Perfect example is Wanda. I think had we cared about her a little bit more, like had we just had her right after she lost her kids and then had her die, that would have been really, really sad. But the way that we lost her, it was kind of like, oh shit, she had to go. And that's not what you want. You want people to feel sad so that then they can like connect to the characters so that they can feel some type of I don't know. I would say like I look at like family, you know what I mean? Like especially look when Aunt May died and they used her um instead of Uncle Ben. That shit hit so effing hard. It was like, oh fuck. And even then, I mean, I guess that's also could be said about when Thor's mom died in the second Thor, which I did watch again after I saw Guardians and all that. Then I started going back and watching all of them. And that's my point. And again, why all these deaths could be like meaningful because even unfortunately when the Queen of Wakanda died, I was sad, but I wasn't like heartbroken. And again, I think they should have focused more on T'Challa's death and made that more heartbreaking because that was heartbreaking, especially him as the actor. But they kind of wasted it. And I think again, what's happening now is they're thinking, okay, we put out all these movies and then we're going to make a ton of money. And yeah, you'll make some money, but again, there's no reason for me to care about them. And I think that's what they're forgetting. Because again, as like they started putting stuff out, it's not just about quality, but it's about the kind of building a foundation to care about these characters and to care about what's going to happen to them. And yeah, like even it, what is it? Even in Avengers 2, with when they brought on Wanda and them, you actually cared for Quicksilver in that because you got to see him in that instance, and you're like, oh shit. And then even when they started bringing characters in Civil War, that was something that was very, very much. Um, it was sad to see people that you'd seen be together now fight against each other. And again, I think that's what they're forgetting. They're forgetting that kind of um, relationship. They're forgetting the emotions that it feels, and they're forgetting the familiarity. And also, the other thing is this: look at how many Avengers movies they had before they had Endgame. There's one, two,